Hi.
Good morning.
So this weekend there was the solar eclipse, so I got all my crystals out. I went to that store, Intrinsic Elements, in downtown Modesto, and I got Layla her own Aquarius kit,
Oh, good, good, good.
and I got myself some crystals and tarot cards. So I'm gonna learn tarot.
Okay.
But I got oracle cards, which you need to use more of your intuition with them, from
I was
what I've
gonna ask.
done. So I'm trying to learn.
I didn't know if you got the Oracle yet. So I'm glad that one came through. I didn't know if that probably out of all of them, that was the one I was most worried about because a lot of people really overlook the Oracle. And if everybody remembers, the Oracle is what Atreyu and Falcor were trying to get a hold of in Neverending Story. And so the fact that you put the Oracle together in Fantasyland, Atreyu and Falcor couldn't do it. Sebastian couldn't do it. Moonchild couldn't do it.
In what Never-Ending Story?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't watch that whole thing.
On the front of the book, on the front of the Neverending Story, was the Oracle.
Yeah, that was a dumb movie.
I know.
And
You know, it was even dumber.
It's like a classic.
So I really like Neverending Story. Neverending Story 2, I could do without, but it's got Jonathan Brandis, right? Pour one out. We all miss that guy. He was going to become an American treasure. But the book for Neverending Story is like one long book. So Neverending Story 2 is just Neverending Story, the book, the second part that they never covered in the first part, right? And so the second one has all these really weird colored aliens and stuff that you don't know what to do with. They just don't look right. And it takes this whole dark fantasy world that you had in the early 80s. And then Jonathan Brandis came along and he ladybugged it. And it's just not that awesome.
I loved Ladybug.
Ladybugs is great.
One of my favorite movies was Ladybugs.
Yes.
I've watched that movie so many times.
I love Ladybugs. Such a good movie.
Such a good movie. Rodney Dangerfield was the dad, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Who would have thought that we would have been here like 15 years later saying half of that cast isn't with us anymore?
I know.
Man, oh man. Yeah.
All
so
right.
Anyway.
We are giving away jewelry on the air. Ciccarelli Jewelers. We are giving away gold hoop earrings. You're qualified for a gold diamond necklace, white gold and diamond necklace. We still have pharmacy sweet deal on KHOP. Go to khop.com. Pharmacy is the plant-based restaurant downtown Modesto. It's absolutely delicious. Erin, the owner, is one of my favorite women business owners. She's awesome. So go to khop.com to get that.
Hey, so I wanted to talk about something real quick because we talked about it a little bit on the air. I've been going to Save Mart a lot lately and having them like pre-cook my meat like a week in advance. Like I picked up on 3 New Yorks yesterday that were huge. So I have like 6 New Yorks that are like seasoned, cooked, and ready to go, right? So I was there at the Save Mart doing that yesterday. We talked about this on the air a little bit this morning. And I shoved a cart at somebody thinking I was being awesome and helping them out. And it turned out it was being super, super rude.
Okay, but you apologize, and I think they knew you were joking.
Right. Like I apologized right away. It's that we were coming out. Okay, first of all, the robots lined up in front. We were at the one on Oakdale and Sylvan. The robots lined up at front, looking like an army ready to go, is awesome. It looks so cool.
Those little robots are so cute. I always want to just follow them.
They're all lined up like right out front, and they look like, okay, like when you go to the store around the holidays and the SPCA is outside with all the little puppies and you just want to get in there and play with them. I just wanted to get on the ground and play with these little robots, but they wouldn't play with me back.
Okay, now I don't want people to. I'm just curious, like, how are these things not getting like ripped off the street, like stolen? They must.
Well, they have that big stick that goes up, so that's got to be difficult to get into the car. And then I'm assuming they probably have GPS.
Okay.
Like all of it, but how has somebody not kicked one out in the middle of the road yet is my question. Right? But
I don't know. I know I was driving down Oakdale Road and all I saw was a robot going by itself. That's a long, that part of Oakdale Road from that Save Mart where it's just like big field.
Yeah.
Like, where's that robot going?
The robot knows.
Going a long way.
Yeah. So we're walking out to the car. And I got my cart and we get our stuff done. And I always take the cart back. And I was walking back to where you drop the cart off. And there were 2 employees coming out, and they were walking to what I thought was the stall where the carts were, right? And so I wasn't trying to be a jerk about it. I was just like, and I'm like, oh, cool. So I took time, like, well, there you go. Right. And I pushed it towards her. And then like she kind of watches it go by. She's like,
and the cart hit her and she fell.
Almost. She's watching it go by. And she goes, and like it dawned on her. She's like, oh, that's for me. And so she's like, be like, whoa, get back here. So she grabs the cart, right? And so I'm like,
really thought they were working and they weren't.
like, I thought you were going for the cart. And she's like, we sure are not. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. But I thought in my head, I thought it was going to be a thing where like she saw me and I saw her. And so I pushed it her way and she was going to in stride take it and go with it. And then we were going to look at each other, lock eyes and be like, teamwork makes the dream work.
And that's not what happened.
Nope. The guy walked away from me. She had a friend with her, another guy that worked there. And he goes, it's okay, sir. We all make mistakes.
What are you going to do today? Are you going to go apologize?
I'm going to go around. My good deed today is I'm going to go around and just get all the carts and all the shopping center parking lots and just take them all to the stall and not push any one of them. I'm going to hand walk each one back and put it until it stops.
Sometimes it's just like yesterday I went for a hike and on my way back there was a family and the mom, I said, I love people on hikes. They're never in a bad mood. They don't want to sit around and chat. It's just like, hey, have a nice day, you know? And I said it with this family and the woman says, happy holidays. And I'm far away when it registered what she had said. So I'm all, happy holidays to you too. I had just registered. And she's like, you're fine. You're fine.
Merry Christmas.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, we need to jump back on the air. We're giving away a lot of stuff on the air. We had the Ciccarelli Jewelers this week. So we're giving away that. We had the Christmas parade over the weekend. That was a lot of fun. The celebration of lights downtown Modesto. I got to see our friend Chris Murphy. And I went to Ralston's Goat and had some drinks. And they said business is picking up. So that's good news.
I love Ralston's Goat. What a great spot.
I do. And I love Mike, the owner. And the bartender lady in there was laughing at me.
The wait staff is the best, too. That wait staff there is awesome.
They're all so nice.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was a good time. I love the celebration of lights parade, though.
So we were downtown. We were gonna go to the 10th Street Plaza where they had all the Christmas tree lighting and all that set up.
Yeah, that's where I saw Chris Murphy.
And after the parade, because we sat right next to you, after the parade, I looked around. I'm like, there's 4 kids. There's 6 of us total. I think they're gonna tap out.
Sean was out. Sean was done.
Yeah. No, Sean was on his last leg. Jack was in and out. Like he was like when some floats would go by, he was waving and super into it, and other floats would go by, and he was just kind of like.
No, I mean that in the nicest way. Your family was very well behaved, and they were awesome and funny, and they gave me big hugs. Sean's never done that before. That was really nice. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, they're growing up a ton. It's so awesome.
You know your kid's done when the feet are up on the seat and they're like this. You just gotta go home, man. And that was
over.
You looked at me because I invited myself. I was like, "Can I go with you guys to the 10th Street Plaza?" And you're like, "Yeah." And then I saw you and your girlfriend talking, or your friend, sorry, talking. And I was like, "Are they talking smack about me?" Blah blah blah. Because you were looking at me. And then that's when you're like, I assumed you were telling her, "Well, I already told Madden we were going down there, so let me let her know that we can't." Yeah, and then you came over and told me, oh, gosh, I wish I had the tag for that beef jerky you brought me.
So good, right?
Do you know the name of the person?
I gotta get that from her again. This woman Jessica, she put it together so good. We went to a little pop-up this weekend. She was doing a vendor pop-up on it was like right along Roseburg. Her and her neighbors got together. She did beef jerky. Her twin sister did this really cool salsa. There were tamales. It's tamale season.
Did your friend make the beef jerky?
One of our friends made the beef jerky. Yeah,
it was so good.
So
I killed it back before I made it home from the parade.
Did you really? You ate it all?
Yeah, because you gave it to me at the parade, and those floats were flying by, man. But you could tell which ones were stopping at the big stage because then you'd have a little break. And as soon as I'd have a break, I was like, I'm gonna put another piece of this beef jerky in my mouth. So then I go to Ralston's Goat, and then I go home, and I didn't even make it to my parents' house.
So I when we were there, my youngest
drove up to Murphy's yesterday. I was like, wanted to share this beef jerky with my peeps, and it was gone.
I'll get you the IG. She's only on Instagram right now.
Okay.
Yeah, no, for sure. When we were there, Jackson got super hungry, and so I asked for a piece of beef jerky from you, right? And I tried to kind of give it to him sly, like so nobody could see. And so friends like, "That's her beef jerky. What are you doing? We got that for her." I go, "Jackson's hungry though." Because I know, but they're gonna see him. And no, we're good. We're good. No one's gonna see. And like literally 2 minutes later, Sean pops up, "Beef jerky." Noah pops up, "Beef jerky." I'm like, "No, no beef jerky. There's no beef jerky."
I wouldn't have given it up. I'd be like, "Get out of here, 11-year-old, 12-year-old."
Yeah, that was my bad. I know, right? Throw an elbow.
Dude,
Boom,
I know.
out.
Layla is the same way. Layla and I have the same palate. If I have sunflower seeds, beef jerky, or fried chicken around, I gotta share with the girl.
Yep.
I was driving home from Oregon one time. They're dead asleep in the car for about 30 minutes. So they just went out. And I hit a drive-through for some fried chicken. I smell fried chicken in this truck. Yes, you do, kid. I'm on the because I already knew this was going to happen.
Now, so my since it's kind of been just the three of us every other week, the food has kind of changed up a little bit, and my kids are getting a little more adventurous in what they're willing to try. They had a pretty limited, unless it came out of a SpaghettiOs can or it came from a restaurant, they wanted nothing to do with it, you know. And so they're starting to get a little bit more adventurous now. And one of them, it took us this long. It took us 11 years to get my oldest on board with cheeseburgers, right? But now, whenever there's a cheeseburger, the smell of a cheeseburger, the side of a cheeseburger, the corner of a cheeseburger wrapper, or if somebody just starts to say, "Ch," he's like, "Cheeseburger? Cheeseburger?" Right? So I've never had to guard my cheeseburgers before because sometimes I got a spot where I'll go and I'll get like a bunch of little ones that I'll snack out over a couple of weeks. I'll keep it in the freezer. It's like a quick and dirty. If I need to, like a real quick snack, I'm in the garage or something, I can pop it in the microwave for 45 seconds. I got a little cheeseburger. Well, he's found them.
Dude, Layla, she's the worst. Mom, I'm craving sushi. Since when? Right? I go, okay, and I'm in Vegas, so I have to find a sushi place. And I go to a sushi place and I find it and I come back. And as soon as I come back, she's like, I tried it one time a couple years ago. And I'm like, she took one bite and was done. So then Joe, my ex-husband, tells me he has an aunt and uncle who are extremely wealthy, right? And he says they took us to this like high-end restaurant and Layla wanted squid. And I'm like, Layla, don't order that. She loves calamari. And Joe's like, it's not like we're in a high-end restaurant. And he said his aunt was like, let her order whatever she wants, right? And it came out like a squid, like with its squid head and everything. Joe said as soon as it came out, Layla goes, I'm not touching that. It was like $75.
We have to talk about irrational fears because we were talking about squid and octopus over the weekend. And my friend said she literally has never tried octopus because she's afraid that the suction cups on the tentacles will stick to the back of her throat and choke her.
That's pretty irrational.
Yeah. Seeing a squid head makes sense. You get a really nice dinner, and then there's a squid head just sitting there, like looking at you. That makes sense not to eat it, right? Like there's a possibility that it winks at you. You don't know. You know, that thing was swimming around a few days ago.
Have you seen those videos where they go to cut it and the thing's like, meh, no.
Yeah. I fished for squid before. They don't stop moving. They don't stop moving. When you fish for squid, it's intense and it's painful and it takes it all out of you because the minute they find where the squid are, the school of squid, when you drop down, you just have to keep pulling up. And the minute you pull up, you got to drop right back down because all the squid are chasing the other squid. So if you stop dropping your line down, they'll just disperse. You can't stop. So it's like an hour and a half, 2 hours of just pulling squid one after the other up. And the whole deck of the boat is covered in squid that you're sloshing through and they're still moving.
No.
So when you see that pop up on your plate,
I'm surprised they let her order it, but she's hilarious.
That's funny. You know what though? Props to her for being adventurous.
That's why buffets are perfect for her. Because there's guaranteed to be fried chicken at a buffet, most. and she loves to try new things.
Yeah, get it.
Mm-hmm.
Get it. I'm pretty excited. We're also routing that corner now where my kids, because I mean, you've been with me ever since I've had kids.
Joey's coming around.
What's Joey?
Joe got him some plant-based chicken nuggets from Walmart, like these frozen plant that he puts in the air fryer for 6 minutes, and they're Joey's like favorite thing. And he knows they're vegan. He doesn't care. They're really good. I've tried them.
The air fryer is the bomb.com for all that stuff.
Have you tried warming up your French fries? So somebody told me, because French fries left over, nasty.
Yeah.
Cousin and my parents said that if you throw the cold French fries in there, that they taste exactly the same. Have you tried?
So you told me that this last week, and so we went to Raising Cane's this past weekend, and I tried it with my Raising Cane's fries, and you were spot on.
It works?
Yes. But like real quick, because you got to remember that they're fried, right? So I think I did it for like 5 minutes, and I bordered on almost too much.
That's a game changer.
Yeah. No, because that's the big rub on fries is they're terrible after they get cold.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah. No, the air fryer is where it's at.
Because they went to Phoenix to visit my cousins, and they had a whole bunch of chicken nuggets and fries. And my mom goes, "You don't want to put that in the fridge. Those are gonna be gross." And she goes, "We'll throw these nuggets and fries back in that air fryer, and they'll taste like we just picked them up."
Absolutely.
All right, you gotta jump back on the air. Thank you, Honey's Air and Solar. Yep, thank you, Jennifer. Honey's Air and a new moon. Who dis? My life's totally about to change. Watch.
Is it new moon time?
We had a new moon over the weekend.
You know what? I thought something looked different about it. But I didn't know if anybody had gone shopping yet or not. But I was pretty sure it looked pretty new. Did you get it on sale, or was there a promo code?
We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.